Thanks, Carmen. Well, today we continue our series featuring breast cancer survivors. Dr. Beth Milligan joins us now to tell us a little bit about your story. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for asking me to be here.
Of course. So tell me a little bit about what happened in your story to survival.
Well, my story was I wasn't expecting to have a problem. I went for a routine screening mammogram. Okay, I go in and then I get called back that I needed a diagnostic. That's when I found out I had an issue.
Wow. Oh my goodness. And you are a physician.
Yes,
so
I'm a physician. Oh, yes, I took care of plenty of patients that had breast cancer for several years. I'd done that. So it wasn't foreign to me to know about that topic at all.
Yeah, so from the diagnosis to now, what have you been through?
Well, I was diagnosed. I just made my 5-year anniversary, and I am cancer, and I'm complete remission. That's good news. Right after I got my diagnosis and I had my biopsies done, I had testing done to see how virulent it would be, and they made the decision at that time that I didn't probably need chemo. So I had a bilateral mastectomy followed by radiation.
Wow. What was that like for you? You know,
well, yeah.
Especially being a physician, then having to go through it yourself.
You know, initially, when I got the information, I was pretty devastated, probably for a few hours. And then I just decided to have a positive attitude. I had, you know, my staging was pretty low, and I knew that I had caught my cancer early, and that was what mattered, and I just went forward with a positive attitude. So at that time, I don't know that I ever really looked back and said I didn't do any of the right things during that time.
Yeah, let's talk about doing the right things and getting screened. How important is that?
Well, as a physician, I believe it's the right thing, and also as a patient, knowing that I actually got my cancer found by a screening test. You understand, that means I had no symptoms. I didn't feel a lump. I didn't have any of the warning signs that you would have, but it was caught early because of that. Unfortunately, some people wait too late until they actually find that lump, and then it's much bigger than you would have if you'd found it before you could feel it.
Yeah, so when should women start doing these screenings?
Well, obviously, we recommend doing self-breast exams. As a physician, I do. It's debated at times, but if you'll learn to examine your own breast, you'll know what's kind of normal and what's not normal. And then also, you want to make sure you at least get an annual visit with your provider so they can do a good exam and to teach you how to do that properly. You want to be able to catch that early on. But as far as, you know, it's never too early. Teenagers can start all the way up to the age of when we start doing mammography, which is sometimes earlier, and it started at 40 for some women that are higher risk.
Yeah, that's all about, you know, the risk. And so if you have a history in your family, you should start earlier.
Definitely. They will look at that and look at your risk factors, and definitely if there is a positive family history, most doctors will recommend you start even earlier.
What is it like going through that exam? I know we talked about it earlier in the show that women are hesitant to do it. You know, it's scary. What is it like?
You need the mammogram part of it? I mean, it wasn't really anything. I don't recall anything bad about it. I mean, occasionally it has to squeeze a little harder than normal, but I'm one of these that jokes about it. I mean, I go in and put everybody at ease all the time. So everything I've ever gone through in my treatments, all the way up to having the full bilateral mastectomy, I just had a positive attitude and walked through it without anything that slowed me down.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here, and congrats on being in remission.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we'll be back after the break.